You finished nothing today. Not really. You were busy. You were online. You moved things around. But at the end of it, sitting there, nothing that mattered got done, and the phone was in your hand the whole time. That's not a coincidence. Most men your age are losing something they can't name yet. Not time, not money, something sharper than that. And by the time they notice, the habit is already 3 years deep. You're not there yet, but you're closer than you think. Here's what the loop actually looks like. Every scroll releases a small dopamine hit, not a big one, just enough to keep going, just enough to make stopping feel harder than it should. And your brain adapts. The more you feed it that loop, the more it expects it. So you sit down to work, to read, to think, and your brain switches after 47 seconds. Not because you're weak, because that's what a trained reflex looks like now. And here's what that means for you specifically, which most people completely miss. You're not just wasting time, you're training yourself to be incapable of doing hard things. Every hour on the feed is an hour your brain learns that shallow is normal. That depth is uncomfortable. That effort isn't worth it. The brain that learned to scroll can learn something else, but only if you give it a replacement that actually works. You don't have a scrolling problem, you have an empty slot problem. Scrolling fills the gaps, the 2 minutes waiting for coffee, the 20 minutes before sleep, the lunch break you don't know what to do with. Your brain takes the easiest available option every time. Willpower won't fix this. You've already tried that. What fixes it is replacing the slot. 10 routines your brain can reach for instead. Not discipline, not motivation, a different default. I kept my phone face up on the desk at all times, not because I needed it, because I was afraid of the silence without it. Once I understood what I was actually filling, the routines weren't hard to build. Routine 1, the cold start. Before you touch your phone in the morning, do one physical thing. 20 push-ups, a glass of water at the window, 3 minutes outside. The point isn't the activity. The point is that your first decision of the day doesn't involve a screen. Your brain logs that. It shifts what the rest of the morning feels like. Routine 2, the 2-minute reset. This one is physical before it's mental. Every time you feel the pull to scroll, set a timer for 2 minutes and do nothing. Sit there. Let the craving peak and pass. Cravings don't grow forever. They peak, then they drop. 2 minutes is usually enough. You're teaching your nervous system that discomfort is survivable without the phone. That skill compounds fast. Routine 3, the single task window. One task, 25 minutes, everything else closed. No tabs, no phone on the desk. You've heard of this. You haven't done it consistently. That's the difference. Productive people aren't smarter. They protect this window like it matters. Routine 4, the analog hour. Your brain can't restore what it can't rest. 1 hour per day, completely offline. Read something physical, cook, walk without headphones. Your brain needs unstructured, screen-free time to restore focus capacity. 1 hour, non-negotiable. And this next one is the one people resist the most, which tells you everything about why they're still scrolling at midnight. Routine 5, the bedtime cutoff. No screens 60 minutes before sleep, not because of blue light, because of what your brain does in that window. Fill it with the feed, and you go to bed agitated. Partial thoughts, unresolved loops, your sleep suffers, your next morning suffers. Routine 6, the boredom practice. Once a day, let yourself be bored on purpose. Waiting in line, leave the phone in your pocket. 5 minutes of actual boredom. Your brain, when it's not fed, starts generating. Think of it like a browser with too many tabs open. Close them all, and suddenly the machine runs faster. Ideas surface. Problems solve themselves. Boredom isn't a problem to fix, it's a resource you've been suppressing. Routine 7. The Sunday Review. 10 minutes, a notebook. 3 questions. What did you actually finish this week? What kept pulling you off track? What matters most next week? People who do this consistently feel in control of their time in a way that other methods don't produce. Not magic. Pattern recognition. And the next 3 are the ones most people skip, which is exactly why they keep wondering why nothing changes. Routine 8. The friction install. Move every social media app off your home screen, 2 folders deep. You're not removing the option, you're making the unconscious grab conscious. That gap is often enough to break the automatic loop. Routine 9. The replacement read. 5 pages per day. Physical book or e-reader, no notifications. Podcasts and videos don't rebuild this, they're consumption. Reading is one of the few things that trains your brain to hold a single thread without interruption. Your attention span is a muscle. You rebuild it by using it. 5 pages isn't a lot. That's the point. Routine 10. The done list. 3 things you finished today. Not goals, not intentions. Things you actually did. Your brain needs evidence that effort produces results. Without that evidence, it defaults to the easiest available reward. You already know what that is. That thing you're losing, the one you can't name yet. It's the ability to be someone who finishes things. Someone who sits with something hard and doesn't reach for the exit. That's what's being taken from you, one scroll at a time. You're going to read this, maybe save it, and scroll for 40 minutes tonight. I know that because that's what most people do. And 6 months from now, you'll still be in the same loop. More frustrated, more convinced you're just someone who can't focus. The phone isn't the enemy. Passivity is. And passivity is a choice you make in small moments, dozens of times a day, every time you reach for the easy thing instead of the useful one. 10 routines. You don't need all 10. You need 3 that you actually do. Tonight, before you sleep, pick 3 routines from this list. Write them down, not in your phone, on paper. Put them somewhere you'll see them tomorrow morning. 3 things. Tomorrow, you test 1.